welcome back to the podcast playground. Our newest podcast is The Best Podcast.
Join Jay Carter and me, Vida Best, on The Best Podcast, where the dynamic duo brings you their insider secrets to everything wonderful. Now Jay and me dive deep into the top 5 everything, from the latest cell phones to affordable wines that won't break the bank.
So tell a friend, you've found The Best Podcast,
where every recommendation is a gem waiting to be uncovered. Tune in weekly for your dose of excellence.
Okay, let's unpack this. Remember being fascinated, or maybe, a little repulsed, by the very idea of meat from a can?
Oh, definitely. It's got this image, doesn't it?
Yeah, for many of us, that phrase immediately conjures images of, survival bunkers, or perhaps just that quick last resort meal you grab when the fridge is truly bare.
Totally, the emergency stash.
But what if we told you that hidden within those humble tins is an entire world of delicious, versatile, and even genuinely gourmet canned meats that deserve a prime spot? Not just in your emergency kit, but right there in your everyday pantry.
It sounds a bit counterintuitive, but it's true. There's a lot more going on there than people think.
Canned meats, or as they're often called, tinned meats.
Yep, tinned meats. Sounds a bit fancier, maybe.
Huh, maybe. Our mission is clear: to cut through all the noise, sort through a mountain of diverse sources, everything from high-end culinary reviews and rigorous taste tests to practical prepper guides and detailed nutritional analyses.
A real mix of perspectives.
Exactly. And extract the absolute most important nuggets of knowledge just for you. We're not just looking to uncover which canned meats are considered the best, but critically, why they stand out, how they've transformed over time, and most importantly, how they can genuinely elevate your everyday meals or provide robust, reliable sustenance for any unexpected situation.
So, going beyond just good or bad, looking at the why and the how.
Precisely. Custom tailored for you, the curious learner. Consider it your ultimate shortcut to being truly well-informed on a topic that's, frankly, far more nuanced and exciting than you might initially think.
Yeah, it's easy to dismiss, but there's a lot to learn.
We promise surprising facts, truly practical takeaways, and yes, even a bit of humor to keep you hooked. Whether you're meticulously stocking a pantry for convenience, thoughtfully planning for the unexpected, or simply wildly curious about this often misunderstood food category.
It's remarkable, isn't it? Our collective perception of canned foods has been rather static for decades, I think.
Yeah, pretty much stuck in the past.
But the reality is that they're not only incredibly resourceful, but also undergoing a profound transformation. We're about to explore a category of food with a surprisingly rich history, a nutritional profile that's been consistently overlooked, and what can only be described as a genuine culinary renaissance unfolding right now in kitchens and restaurants around the globe.
A culinary renaissance for canned meat. Okay, that's a bold claim, and frankly, it definitely piques my curiosity. What specifically is driving that transformation beyond just simple convenience? Because for so long, they've really just been seen as, utilitarian.
That's a fair question, and you're right to question it. That's precisely what makes this dive so compelling. To understand the present, we first need to appreciate their remarkable past.
Right.
This story begins over 200 years ago, born out of a very pressing need for efficient food preservation, particularly in times of conflict.
That's right. And it's a story that truly exemplifies human ingenuity. Imagine being tasked with feeding an army on the move, long before refrigeration or modern logistics. It's kind of mind-boggling.
Absolutely. No trucks, no cold chains.
Exactly. Our tale starts around 1809 in the bustling city of Paris, France, with a confectioner, believe it or not, named Nicolas Appert.
A confectioner? You wouldn't expect that.
Right. Napoleon Bonaparte, ever the pragmatist and strategist, had offered a significant prize for a new method to preserve food for his sprawling armies. Appert, with his confectionery background, rose to this immense challenge. He wasn't thinking about tin, though. He developed a revolutionary method of heat preservation using sealed glass jars.
Oh, so glass came first.
Yeah, that innovation, warming food in hermetically sealed containers, was the very first step towards canning as we know it.
And as often happens with groundbreaking inventions, the concept rapidly evolved. Just a year later, in 1810, an English merchant named Peter Durand took Appert's brilliant concept a crucial step further.
Okay, what did he do?
He patented the use of tin-coated iron cans. This wasn't just a small tweak, it was a pivotal shift. These new tin cans were infinitely more durable and portable than fragile glass jars, making long-term food preservation truly viable for extensive sea voyages and, of course, for feeding armies during prolonged wartime campaigns.
Makes sense. Glass breaks, tin, less so.
Much less so. Durability was key.
And once that technology was established, it spread like wildfire. By the mid-1800s, canning technology had made its way across Europe and beyond. It's no coincidence that countries like Portugal and Spain, with their incredibly rich and long-standing fishing cultures, very quickly became global leaders in tin, sardine, and tuna production.
Right. They already had the supply chain, the fishing fleets.
Exactly. They really honed those artisanal techniques, particularly along the Iberian coast, creating products that were both practical and deeply ingrained in their culinary traditions.
This burgeoning industry then faced its ultimate test during the major global conflicts. World War I and II, in particular, cemented tinned fish and meats as absolutely essential, protein-rich food sources for troops on every front.
Wow. So a wartime necessity.
A huge one. The sheer immense demand during these periods drove mass production on an unprecedented scale and truly globalized the trade of items like tuna, mackerel, and especially sardines.
And after the wars, these canned goods seamlessly transitioned from being critical wartime rations to a convenient everyday pantry staple for households around the world. But let's be honest, for many decades, they often carried a bit of a low-status perception.
Oh, absolutely. That's the image many of us still have.
You know, something you reached for when you were truly in a hurry or in a pinch, or maybe just feeling a bit nostalgic for simpler times.
Precisely. For far too long, we've collectively dismissed canned foods as nutritionally inferior, a sort of last resort. But the latest science, the actual data, reveals a distinctly different truth.
Okay, I'm listening.
They're often just as nutrient-dense, and in some intriguing cases, even more so, than their fresh or frozen counterparts, providing essential vitamins, fiber, and protein. This is a crucial point, one that directly challenges a very widespread and persistent misconception.
That's genuinely fascinating. So it's not just about throwing something in a can and stripping it of all its goodness.
Yeah.
Because that's certainly the common narrative I grew up with.
Not at all. In fact, new research indicates that the canning process doesn't necessarily deplete nutrients. Quite the opposite. In some instances, it can actually enhance their availability.
Enhance? How?
Well, consider canned tomatoes, for example. They contain significantly higher levels of lycopene, that powerful antioxidant responsible for their red color, and linked to heart health compared to fresh tomatoes.
Really? Why is that?
The cooking process involved in canning helps break down cell walls, making the lycopene more accessible to your body. Similarly, canned beans retain most of their fiber and protein, making them an incredibly reliable and convenient source of plant-based nutrition.
Okay, that makes sense with the cooking. And it's not just about what's retained, right? It's also about how our bodies can actually use those nutrients, their bioavailability, you called it. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Absolutely. Bioavailability refers to the proportion of a nutrient that is absorbed from the diet and used for body functions. It's not just about what's in the food, but what your body gets out of it.
Gotcha.
Many canned items not only maintain their nutritional integrity, but through the canning process, the body's ability to absorb certain nutrients can actually increase. Think about tinned fish, particularly those packed in olive oil.
Like sardines or tuna.
Exactly. The healthy fats in the oil can make fat-soluble compounds, like the vital omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, more bioavailable, meaning your body can absorb and utilize them more efficiently. It's a synergy that's often overlooked.
Wow. So the oil isn't just for flavor, it actually helps nutritionally.
It often can, yes.
Yeah.
Especially quality oils like olive oil.
And this brings us to a really fascinating aspect. These aren't your grandparents' dusty cans of tuna anymore. We're seeing a genuine culinary renaissance, transforming these pantry staples into celebrated ingredients in modern kitchens.
It really is a shift.
It seems today's consumers are increasingly craving sustainable, flavorful, and shelf-stable foods, and tinned products are delivering on all these fronts with surprising elegance.
That's a powerful shift in understanding, and it's a fascinating microcosm of broader consumer trends. The surge in tin foods isn't just about convenience anymore. It's a testament to how a blend of conscious consumption demanding ethical sourcing and sustainability intersects with the search for affordable luxury and sheer practicality.
Affordable luxury, I like that term.
Yeah, and we're seeing a significant rise in artisanal brands, particularly hailing from the established canning traditions of Spain and Portugal, but also new, innovative producers emerging from the U.S.
Oh, interesting. So new players, too.
Definitely. They're offering beautifully designed tins containing premium cuts of fish and meat, often preserved in high-quality olive oil, infused with chili, rich tomato sauce, or even sophisticated escabeche marinades. These aren't just food items, they're being marketed and eagerly consumed as genuine gourmet shortcuts.
Gourmet shortcuts.
Yeah.
And that idea of affordable luxury really resonates. I mean, for often just $5 to $15, you can purchase an artisanal tin that delivers a remarkably gourmet experience without the typically high cost of fresh seafood.
Exactly. It's accessible indulgence.
It's a fantastic way to enjoy something truly special, a little culinary adventure without breaking the bank.
Moreover, there's a strong and growing focus on sustainability and responsible sourcing within this movement. Many artisanal producers are now emphasizing ethical, traceable fishing practices, such as ensuring their fish are line-caught or carrying certifications like MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, which verifies sustainable fishing.
That's huge for a lot of people now.
Absolutely. This aligns perfectly with the values of today's environmentally conscious consumers.
And let's not forget one of the most practical yet impactful benefits: reduced food waste.
Oh, that's a big one.
With their inherently long shelf lives, canned goods dramatically cut down on household food spoilage. You can stock up confidently, knowing your provisions will be ready when you need them without the pressure of a looming expiration date. It's not just good for your wallet, it's genuinely good for the planet.
Such a simple solution to a major problem. And their culinary versatility has utterly exploded. Modern tinned foods are no longer confined to just a quick sandwich filler.
Right, not just tuna salad anymore.
Not at all. They're proudly featured in fine dining establishments, served as sophisticated tapas, or enjoyed as elevated gourmet snacks. They can be effortlessly integrated into a huge array of diverse dishes. Think rich pasta sauces, hearty rice bowls, vibrant salads, elegant toasts, and yes, even impressive charcuterie boards.
Tinned fish on a charcuterie board, I've seen that. It looks amazing.
It's become quite trendy.
And you've probably noticed this trend spilling over into your social media feeds too. The tinned fish date nights.
Huh, yes, I've seen those.
And these aesthetically pleasing, designer packaged tins have become incredibly popular, turning canned foods into a surprisingly trendy subject on visual platforms like TikTok and Instagram.
The packaging alone is sometimes a work of art.
It truly is a full-blown cultural moment for the humble can, transforming its image from utilitarian to desirable.
It's quite the glow-up.
So now that we've journeyed through the surprising history of tinned meats, debunked some nutritional myths, and seen why they're experiencing this incredible culinary renaissance, a curated list of the top 5 best canned meats you should seriously consider adding to your pantry.
All right, let's get to the rankings.
Just a quick note on how we define best.
Yeah.
It's always subjective, right? And multifaceted.
Of course. Best for what? Best for who?
Exactly. Our curated top 5 champions different criteria for excellence, from unmatched versatility and robust nutrition to unique flavor profiles and even cult status-drawing insights from a variety of expert sources. We've sifted through numerous culinary reviews, extensive taste tests, and detailed nutritional analyses to bring you these informed recommendations.
Sounds like a balanced approach.
#1, the all-around champion, canned chicken.
Kicking things off at a classic.
First up, the undisputed king of versatility and convenience.
Yeah.
Canned chicken. This humble protein is consistently praised across all our sources for its unparalleled ease of use and, surprisingly, a pleasant, mild flavor that closely mimics freshly cooked chicken.
Yeah, it really does hold up surprisingly well in terms of taste and texture, doesn't it?
It does. It's a true go-to protein that effortlessly integrates into a remarkably wide array of dishes. Recipes Course, for instance, highlights it as an excellent and tasty time saver because its mild savory flavor is so adaptable, making it infinitely quicker than cooking fresh.
Infinitely quicker is right. No cooking, no shredding. Just open the can.
Exactly. And Chef Prepper, a highly regarded source for long-term food solutions, actually ranks canned chicken as their #1 overall best canned meat option for 2025.
#1? Wow.
Yeah. They specifically single out members Mark from Sam's Club, praising its very clean ingredient list, often just chicken, water, and salt.
That simple is good.
And note its very good taste, even directly from the can. Crucially, they label it the most versatile option for long-term storage recipes, emphasizing its reliability.
That versatility point is huge, especially for prepping or just easy meals.
Totally. Sporked, known for their in-depth taste tests, also gives a positive nod to Swanson White and Dark Premium Chunk Chicken, rating it a respectable 6 out of 10 sporks.
6 out of 10 is pretty decent from them.
It is. They specifically call out that it actually tastes like chicken, comparing its flavor favorably to chicken pot pie filling and noting its well-balanced sodium content. So if you're looking to stock up, seek out brands like Members Mark from Sam's Club for overall quality, or Swanson for a more widely accessible option. Always prioritize those clean ingredient lists, ideally just chicken and salt, or chicken, water, and salt.
It's also worth paying attention to the cut, right? You'll find breast-only versions or white and dark meat mixes.
Good point. What's the difference there, nutritionally or taste-wise?
Well, the breast-only versions often boast the highest lean protein content, very mild flavor. The white and dark meat combinations can sometimes offer a broader spectrum of vitamins, nutrients, and minerals because you're getting different muscle types, a little more flavor, maybe slightly higher fat.
Okay.
Your choice here can really depend on your specific nutritional goals or the recipe you have in mind.
Makes sense. The culinary applications for canned chicken are truly limitless, and that's why it's our all-around champion. Imagine whipping up a quick chicken salad in 5 minutes or less. Just drain the can, perhaps give the chicken a quick rinse, then mix it with mayonnaise, finely diced celery, a bit of onion or chives.
The classics.
And then customize with your favorite spices. Paprika, dill, mustard, basil, or thyme all work beautifully. To transform it into a heartier meal, you could stir in cherry tomatoes, some frozen peas or corn, a diced hard-boiled egg, or even black beans.
Yeah, bulk it up easily.
You could enjoy that salad as is, pile it high into a sandwich or wrap, scoop it over a fresh bed of garden greens, or even toss it warm with some pasta for a surprisingly satisfying dish.
Beyond salads, canned chicken is an absolutely fantastic ingredient for quick and cheesy casseroles, speedy chicken tacos, or quesadillas.
Oh yeah, tacos are a great use.
A convenient base for homemade pot pies, or adding robust flavor to curries and various rice dishes. For a truly no-fuss weeknight meal that tastes far more involved than it is, simply boil some pasta, open a can or two of drained chicken breast, grab your favorite bottled Alfredo sauce, combine it all, heat thoroughly, and serve.
That sounds dangerously easy.
Yeah.
And delicious.
It's the ultimate weeknight hack, seriously.
Now, a crucial word of caution here. While canned chicken breast is a definite winner, Recipes Course places canned whole chicken squarely on their avoid list.
Oh boy, canned whole chicken.
Yeah, and for good reason, apparently.
Yeah.
They describe its bizarre appearance, noting it often slides out of the can covered in what they unappetizingly call goo.
Ugh, not selling it.
Not at all. Plus, you still have to deal with bones and other waste, which means it offers no significant time saving over the breast meat versions. It's an instance where the specific form really matters.
Definitely sounds like one to skip. Why bother with the bones and goo?
My thoughts exactly. So when it comes to chicken in a can, the clear takeaway is to stick to the breast meat versions. You get all the unparalleled convenience and clean flavor without the slime and, frankly, the monstrosity of the whole bird.
Good advice. Stick to the chunks or shredded breast.
It's a prime example of how understanding the specific product form of canned goods can truly make all the difference to your culinary experience.
Hashtag 2, the nutritional powerhouse. Canned salmon.
Right. Moving on.
Pivoting from the pantry workhorse that is canned chicken, let's turn our attention to something that truly shines for its unparalleled health benefits. Our second top pick, canned salmon.
Ah, yes, the healthy one.
This remarkable tin fish truly stands out for its exceptional nutritional profile, particularly its incredibly high content of healthy fats and highly bioavailable protein. It's an undeniable favorite for health-conscious consumers and an excellent strategic choice for long-term food security.
It's interesting to hear it framed that way, as a strategic choice. Chef Prepper, for example, ranks red salmon as the #2 best overall canned meat.
Number 2, right behind chicken. That's high praise.
It is. They explicitly call it the best canned meat available when it comes to health and nutrition. They truly emphasize its most bioavailable protein of any of the canned meats.
Right.
Meaning, as we discussed, your body can absorb and utilize it very efficiently.
Crucial point.
And its richness in omega-3 fatty acids, which are absolutely crucial for heart health, brain function, and reducing inflammation.
Those omega-3s are so important, and fish is one of the best sources.
It's also worth noting their distinction. Wild-caught red salmon offers superior nutrition, typically at a higher price point, while pink salmon is nutritionally very close but comes at a more accessible price.
That's a helpful distinction for shoppers. Red sockeye versus pink. Both good, but red might have a slight edge nutritionally, pink budget-wise.
Exactly.
This really reinforces the point that if your primary goal is to maximize nutritional intake and secure vital healthy fats and highly absorbable protein, canned salmon, particularly the red variety, becomes an absolute must-have in your pantry.
Makes sense.
Recipes Course echoes this sentiment. praising canned salmon as delicious, versatile, and foundational, highlighting its widespread availability and consistently moist, juicy texture, making it usable in innumerable recipes.
Foundational, that's a strong word. So for your pantry, we recommend prioritizing wild-caught red salmon for its nutritional superiority if your budget allows. But definitely don't dismiss pink salmon. It's an excellent, more affordable alternative that still delivers fantastic health benefits.
Good practical advice.
And when you're looking at labels, you can choose between skinless and boneless versions if you're looking purely for protein focus, or opt for a whole fish, which includes the bones and skin. Now, I know that sounds a little intimidating to some.
Yeah, the bones can freak people out.
Right, but those sock bones are actually packed with easily absorbable calcium, adding an extra nutritional punch that many supplements can't match. You just mash them right in.
That's a great point about the calcium. People pay extra for boneless, but they might be missing out.
Exactly. The culinary possibilities for canned salmon are, as you might expect, incredibly vast and diverse. You can effortlessly make the classic old-school salmon burger
A true classic. Love those.
by simply combining the drained fish with breadcrumbs, mayonnaise, and your favorite spices, then frying it like a traditional hamburger patty. It's a comforting, nostalgic meal. It's also excellent added to fresh green salads for a quick protein boost, tossed into a frittata for a hearty breakfast or brunch, or stirred into pasta dishes for a flavorful, nutrient-rich meal.
Pasta with salmon is underrated, I think.
I agree. You can even create a rich and savory dip by blending it with cream cheese, sour cream, a squeeze of fresh lemon juice, and plenty of chopped fresh herbs like dill or chives.
Like a salmon spread for crackers or bagels. Nice.
And here's a fantastic, slightly unexpected secret. Recipe Score suggests that canned salmon is the ideal option, even better than freshly cooked salmon in many ways because of its texture and moistness, for a truly spectacular chowder.
Better than fresh for chowder. Interesting. Why is that?
Apparently, the texture holds up really well, it flakes nicely, and it's already moist, so it integrates perfectly. You can easily build this one-pot meal by sautéing diced onions, celery, and garlic in a pot until they're softened. Then add diced cooked potatoes, some corn, a rich broth, your flaked canned salmon, a splash of cream or milk, and your favorite dried or chopped herbs.
Sounds amazing. Hearty and simple.
Simmer it until it's hot and the flavors meld, and serve. It's a wonderfully comforting and satisfying meal, perfect for a chilly evening.
This emphasis on salmon's versatility and nutritional value ties directly into the broader cultural resurgence of tinned fish that we mentioned earlier. Sources like The Reluctant Gourmet explicitly detail the comeback of tinned fish, with salmon alongside other tinned seafood, benefiting immensely from the growing consumer emphasis on sustainability, gourmet quality, and sheer culinary versatility.
Right, it fits that trend perfectly.
As key drivers in this modern culinary trend, it's no longer just a budget option. It's a deliberate, informed choice for quality, convenience, and health.
A conscious choice, yeah.
All right, next category.
All right, let's pivot from the more familiar to the small but mighty icons. Sardines and anchovies.
Ah, the bold ones.
These little tinned fish pack a huge, undeniable punch, offering a bold, rich, and umami-packed flavor profile. That deep, savory fifth taste, often found in broths and cooked meats, that's truly unique among canned meats.
Mommy bombs, for sure.
Plus, they're incredibly nutritionally dense, truly embodying that modern tinned fish comeback trend we've been discussing with such enthusiasm.
You've hit on their core appeal. Recipe Scores unequivocally states that sardines are a given for any list of canned meats you should be buying due to their bold, rich, umami-packed flavor with a hint of saltiness.
A given, huh? Strong words.
Yeah. And anchovies, they contend, are just as deserving, describing them as smaller, more pungent, and saltier. For the adventurous seafood lover, both are considered absolute must-buy pantry staples.
Okay, most buys. Chef Prepper also gives a strong endorsement, ranking whole sardines packed in olive oil as number 5 on their best list.
Number 5, still solid.
Noting they are one of the most nutritionally dense canned meats available and nutritionally superior to water-packed versions.
Interesting about the oil being superior again.
Yeah. They also highlight that anchovies are very nutritious but tend to have a lot of sodium, something to be mindful of if you're watching your salt intake.
Right, anchovies are definitely saltier. That's part of their charm, but something to note.
And The Reluctant Gourmet explicitly details how sardines feature prominently in the comeback of tinned fish, underscoring their gourmet quality, unparalleled convenience, strong sustainability credentials, and growing social media popularity.
They really tick all the boxes for that trend.
They do. It's important to understand the distinctions between the two, though, even though they can often be used interchangeably in recipes, especially for that savory depth.
Okay, break it down for us. Sardines versus anchovies.
Sardines are generally larger, with a milder, more delicate flavor and a softer texture. Anchovies, by contrast, are typically smaller, saltier, and indeed more pungent, with a more intense umami.
So sardines may be easier for beginners, anchovies for the bold.
Perhaps you'll find them packed in various liquids, from water, which is good for draining, to different oils like soybean, olive, or extra virgin olive oil, which enhance flavor and nutritional value. Some even come in sauces like tomato or mustard.
Lots of options.
Chef Prepper specifically suggests whole fish packed in olive oil as the best option for sardines, as the oil itself contributes to the nutritional value and can aid in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins.
There's that oil benefit again. Worth paying extra for the olive oil pack, it seems.
Seems like it. And this is where it gets truly exciting. Because these aren't just for emergency kits anymore. These little powerhouses are genuinely inspiring chefs and home cooks to get incredibly creative.
Okay, give us some ideas.
Beyond just enjoying sardines straight from the can, which for many is a simple pleasure, you can gently flake them into sandwiches, add them to salads for a burst of flavor, toss them with pasta and a little lemon, or even use them as a surprisingly sophisticated pizza garnish.
Sardines on pizza. I've heard of anchovies, but sardines. Interesting.
Yeah. For more unexpected uses, try piling them high on toasted bread or crostini and drizzling with a touch of balsamic glaze for an elevated snack. Or fold diced sardines with cream cheese, lemon zest, and fresh herbs to make a unique, savory dip.
That dip sounds good.
They even complement eggs amazingly, so you can fold them into an omelet, layer them into a frittata, or scramble them with eggs for a protein-packed, flavorful breakfast.
Sardines for breakfast. Bold move, I like it.
Anchovies, while a classic and fantastic pizza topping, truly shine when they're allowed to dissolve and integrate into other flavors.
Right, they kind of melt away, don't they? Leaving behind pure savoriness.
Exactly. You can make a marvelous anchovy butter for grilled meats or veggies by simply mashing canned anchovies with softened butter and garlic. It adds an incredible depth of flavor.
Oh, wow. Anchovy butter. That sounds like a secret weapon.
Totally. Or blend them into one-of-a-kind aiolis by combining them with mayonnaise, garlic, lemon juice, and a touch of Dijon mustard. They're also absolutely excellent in pesto, savory vinaigrettes for salads, canned or homemade pasta sauces for that deep umami kick, and of course DIY olive tapenades.
So many uses beyond just pizza. They add complexity.
For something truly show-stopping, you can even pair them with creamy goat cheese on crostini. The versatility is, frankly, remarkable once you start experimenting.
Okay, you've sold me. I need to experiment more.
Now, we absolutely have to acknowledge that while incredibly nutritious and versatile, their distinct, robust flavor isn't universally loved.
Fair point. They are assertive.
It's definitely an acquired taste for some, and that's perfectly okay. They're not for everyone, and that's part of their unique charm. This is a significant contrast to something like canned mussels, which Recipe Scores places firmly on their avoid list.
Mussels didn't make the cut.
Nope. Canned mussels, by their account, have an overpowering, strong, briny, metallic flavor and a rubbery and chewy texture, which is quite different from the desirable melt-in-your-mouth or flaky qualities of good-quality sardines and anchovies.
Okay, so texture and flavor issues with the mussels. Good to know.
So for these small but mighty fish, it's about embracing their bold, unique character.
All right, what's next? The one everyone knows.
Exactly. From the deep sea to the iconic rectangular can that everyone seems to have an opinion about. Spam.
Spam. Love it or hate it.
Pretty much. Despite its processed nature, and let's be clear, it is processed, Spam holds a truly unique, iconic status in the canned meat world. It consistently scores surprisingly high in taste tests, boasts a long and storied history, and commands a devoted fan base for its distinct flavor and texture that really doesn't have an equivalent.
It's true. There's nothing else quite like it. And those taste test scores are sometimes shocking. Recipe Scores hails Spam as a shining example of how good canned meat can be ever since its introduction in 1937.
Shining example. Wow.
Yeah. They describe it as an entirely unique product, making a clear distinction from ham, noting it's more savory, saltier, and boasts a firmer, more dense and compact texture. It's unequivocally labeled a must-buy for those who truly understand and appreciate it, and there are many who do.
You either get Spam or you don't, kind of thing.
Seems like it. And Sporked takes that appreciation to another level, giving Spam with bacon an astounding 9.5 out of 10 sporks.
9.5, that's practically perfect.
I know. They couldn't praise it enough, calling it fattier and hammier than regular Spam with a touch of smoky flavor, declaring it incredible on a breakfast sandwich and possibly the best Spam I've ever had.
Spam with bacon, noted.
Even Spam Light receives a stellar 9.5 out of 10, with Spork noting it's 25% less sodium, 50% less fat, and 33% fewer calories without a noticeable compromise on that distinctive taste.
So the light version is actually good too. That's surprising.
Apparently so. Even Chef Prepper, while ranking Spam at number 9 overall among their best options. So lower on their list acknowledges it as highly processed, but still the best option among processed meats because it uniquely uses real meat rather than meat-like paste.
Ah, that's a key distinction. Real meat versus paste.
Right. It raises an important question. How does a product like Spam, often categorized as a highly processed meat, manage to achieve such cult status and consistently high taste scores?
Yeah, what's the secret?
It truly speaks to a unique, comforting, and undeniably distinct flavor profile that transcends typical culinary categories. When we make recommendations, we definitely emphasize exploring variations like Spam with bacon or Spam Light, which offer enhanced flavor or a reduced sodium profile without sacrificing that core, beloved appeal.
Okay, so try the variations. And its versatility truly goes way beyond just the obvious. Frankly, my initial encounters with Spam were skeptical and usually involved it cold.
Yeah, cold Spam is a choice.
Right. But warming it up and experimenting makes all the difference. You can enjoy it hot in sandwiches, fry it up for a crispy smack, scramble it with eggs for a quick meal, toss it in salads for a savory addition, or pair it with rice in sort of poke-style bowl.
Spam musubi is huge in Hawaii for a reason.
Exactly. Have you ever thought about dicing it into macaroni and cheese? Or grilling it with pineapple on skewers for a sweet and savory bite?
Okay, mac and cheese grilling. Interesting.
It's fantastic thrown into a bowl of ramen for extra richness or for the truly adventurous, used for decadent Spam sushi rolls. A key tip from all the taste testers is that warming it up, whether in a toaster oven or simply pan frying, greatly enhances the experience.
Searing it makes a huge difference, gets it crispy.
Cold Spam straight from the can apparently isn't giving it a fair shot.
Agreed. This stands in stark contrast to other heavily processed canned meats that frequently land on the avoid list, such as Vienna sausages or potted sandwich spread.
Ah, the dreaded Vienna sausages.
Indeed. Recipes Course severely criticizes Vienna sausages for being overly processed and artificial tasting, with a truly unappealing, mushy, rubbery, spongy texture, and a fatty liquid that's unappetizing whether cold or warm.
Yeah, that texture description is vivid and accurate.
Potted sandwich spread or canned deviled ham is similarly dismissed as uber-processed, made with lower quality meats, many of which are unfortunately mechanically separated, meat resulting in an off-putting flavor and a particularly mushy, gritty texture.
Mechanically separated meat just sounds bad.
It's generally not a sign of premium quality, let's say. Spam truly stands out in this category for actually using real meat, as noted by Chef Prepper, in contrast to the mechanically separated meat often found in those other products, making it a much higher quality option within its highly processed category.
So context matters. Compared to those, Spam looks pretty good.
Relatively speaking, yes. It's a testament to how, even within a similar type of product, the quality of ingredients and the specific processing methods can make a massive, noticeable difference in the final product. It challenges you to reevaluate what you think you know about processed foods.
Fair enough. Give Spam a chance, maybe fried.
All right, our final pick in the top 5.
For our fifth and final top pick, we turn to a category that offers a unique blend of robust, satisfying flavor and comforting familiarity. Canned corned beef, and more specifically, corned beef hash.
Ah, comfort food central.
Totally. This truly represents a distinct form of best in canned meats due to its deeply satisfying taste and unparalleled convenience, especially when you need a hearty, no-fuss meal. You know, for many, this brings back a flood of childhood memories.
Oh yeah, weekend breakfasts, diners.
Exactly. Recipes Course describes corned beef as having a bold, robust flavor, instantly calling it a comfort food classic. They note that the canned version has a more concentrated flavor and a denser, more uniform texture akin to a pâté, even suggesting it complements traditionally prepared corned beef, almost like fraternal twins in the culinary world.
Fraternal twins, I like that. Similar, but different. And if you're looking for that perfect, comforting canned experience, Sporked gives Hormel Mary Kitchen corned beef hash a remarkably high 9 out of 10 sporks.
Another 9+ score. What did they like so much?
They laud it for its overall yumminess, perfectly embodying meat and potatoes, and even humorously suggest it may make the apocalypse worth living through, especially when simply fried in a skillet and topped with a perfectly cooked egg.
High praise indeed. Apocalypse-worthy hash.
It truly speaks to that deep, primal satisfaction it delivers. And for those who are particularly discerning about their beef, Chef Prepper specifically ranks corned beef from Uruguay at number 7 on their list of best canned meats.
Uruguay. Why Uruguay?
They highlight it as the best choice due to its sourcing from almost 100% grass-fed or pasture-fed beef and generally better regulatory structures in that country, making it arguably the healthiest type of beef available in a can.
Wow, okay, so source matters even for canned beef.
Definitely. So for dedicated corned beef fans, we highly recommend seeking out corned beef specifically from Uruguay and checking labels carefully, as even the same brands may source their product from different countries.
Good tip. Check the country of origin.
For a genuinely hearty, no-fuss weeknight meal or a substantial breakfast, we strongly recommend that Hormel Mary Kitchen corned beef hash. Frying it until it develops a beautiful crispiness on the bottom, and then topping it with a fried or poached egg, truly elevates the entire experience from simple to sublime.
That crispy bottom is key for hash, isn't it?
Absolutely essential.
Yeah.
Sporked also suggests great value corned beef for its sheer fattiness that crisps up wonderfully when cooked, indicating that fat content, in this case, can be a desirable quality for texture.
So sometimes fat is good for getting that crisp.
In this context, yes. Classic uses for plain canned corned beef include hot sandwiches, especially a classic Reuben with sauerkraut and Swiss cheese, or simply enjoying it on its own, perhaps with a side of potatoes or cabbage.
The Reuben is a classic use.
But this is definitely where the specific form, the hash versus just plain canned beef, matters greatly. It's a prime example of how context and preparation are key.
Okay, so hash good, plain maybe less so.
It seems that way based on the sources. It's clear then that the difference between a truly satisfying canned meat experience and one you'd rather avoid often comes down to very specific brands and whether you're choosing the right form, like the beloved hash versus plain canned roast beef.
Canned roast beef. Does that get a thumbs down?
A big one. This is vividly illustrated by the stark contrast between the highly rated corned beef hash and general canned roast beef, which Recipes Course unequivocally places on their avoid list. They compare it, quite unflatteringly, to dog food, noting its incredibly salty taste, an unappealing gooey and stringy texture, and a pervasive, unpleasant metallic flavor.
Ouch. Dog food is harsh.
Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. This kind of contrast is a common pitfall to watch out for when exploring the broader canned meat aisle.
So hash, yes. Roast beef, no. Got it. And it's not just the core product or form. The presence of certain ingredients, like modified food starch, can also significantly impact both taste and texture, often in a negative way.
Right, those fills and binders.
Chef Prepper offers an important detail here, warning that unless specifically labeled non-GMO or organic, this starch, often derived from corn, is almost universally sourced from genetically modified corn, even if the processing is argued to remove the modified material.
Ah, the GMO cornstarch issue. That's relevant for people tracking GMOs.
Exactly. This is a point of information for you to consider when making your own choices based on your dietary preferences and priorities.
Important considerations for your canned meat pantry.
Okay, so we have our top 5. What else should people keep in mind?
Well, building on our top 5, it's crucial to understand the broader reasons why certain canned meats consistently land on the avoid lists from sources like Recipes Course.
Yeah, let's recap the pitfalls.
The common threads among products like potted sandwich spread, generic canned roast beef, canned mussels, canned whole chicken, Vienna sausages, and generic canned meatballs really boil down to a few critical themes.
You'll frequently find uber-processed ingredients, a clear and often acknowledged use of lower quality or mechanically separated meats,
There's that phrase again.
and consistently strange or off-putting textures. Think mushy, gritty, rubbery, or unpleasantly stringy. Beyond that, many suffer from a pervasive metallic taste or come suspended in unappealing fatty liquids that cling to the product.
Just generally unappetizing sounds and textures.
Pretty much. For these particular categories, frankly, you're almost always better off investing your time in making your own fresh versions or freezing prepared meats as superior, far more satisfying alternatives.
Good advice. Skip those specific types in cans. When it comes to choosing wisely for your pantry, decoding ingredient labels is paramount, and it empowers you to make truly informed choices. For instance, sodium content is a big one.
Yeah, cans can be salty.
They really can. Many canned foods contain added salt both as a preservative and for flavor. So always aim to opt for low sodium or no salt added versions when possible, especially if you're mindful of your daily sodium intake.
And the packing liquids make a huge difference, not just for taste, but also for how you plan to use the product, and even its nutritional impact.
Water versus oil.
Water is perfectly fine if you're planning to drain the product anyway, say for chicken salad. But oils, particularly olive oil or extra virgin olive oil, can add a wonderful richness, texture, and as we discussed with salmon and sardines, potentially increase the bioavailability of certain nutrients in the fish, making them easier for your body to absorb.
So pay attention to what it's packed in. Additionally, for those of you who monitor ingredient sourcing, be aware of modified food starch. As Chef Prepper notes, unless the label explicitly states non-GMO or organic, this ingredient, often derived from cornstarch, can come from genetically modified corn.
Good to know for label readers.
It's a detail that allows you to align your choices with your personal preferences and values. And finally, when you can, look for brands that offer BPA-free packaging to avoid potential health risks associated with bisphenol A, a chemical sometimes found in can linings.
Ah, yes, the BPA issue. Are more cans BPA-free now?
Many brands are now proudly labeling their products as BPA-free, which is a great step forward. Worth looking for that label.
Okay. And finally, let's briefly touch on longevity and proper storage. One of the biggest advantages of canned foods is their inherent impressive long shelf life.
That's a huge selling point.
Canned chicken breast, for instance, typically has a minimum shelf life of 3 to 5 years marked on the can. But with proper storage, many canned goods can actually last for decades, far beyond that printed date, as Chef Prepper emphasizes.
Decades? Seriously?
Yeah, if stored correctly. This is a critical point that transforms canned goods from mere short-term convenience into true long-term food security. Understanding the details on the label empowers you to make truly informed choices, not just for today's meal, but for long-term health, nutrition, and even preparedness.
So that best by date isn't always the end of the line.
Not necessarily, especially for canned goods. Proper storage practices, keeping cans in a cool, dark place, away from extreme temperatures and direct sunlight, are absolutely key to ensuring they remain viable and delicious for the long haul, ready for when you need them, whether that's next week or many years from now.
Cool, dark, and dry. The standard pantry rules.
So we've journeyed through the surprising origins of canned meats, debunked some long-held myths about their nutritional value, and explored why they're experiencing such a vibrant gourmet comeback today.
It's been quite a journey.
We've highlighted our curated top 5 champions, from the endlessly versatile canned chicken and the nutritional powerhouse salmon, to the bold and iconic sardines and anchovies, the surprisingly loved cult classic Spam, and the ultimate comfort food MVP, corned beef hash.
A diverse lineup.
What we've discovered is that these pantry staples are far more versatile, nutritious, and culinarily exciting than commonly perceived, moving well beyond mere emergency rations to become genuinely valuable and delicious ingredients in a modern diet.
Indeed. The ongoing evolution of food preservation continues to offer innovative solutions for flavor, nutrition, and even culinary adventure, challenging us to rethink and appreciate the ingenuity and potential packed into every single can.
Well said. So what does this all mean for your kitchen? The world of canned meats is far richer and more fascinating than most of us imagine. It's truly time to open your mind, and perhaps a few more cans, and discover the delicious possibilities waiting within.
Get exploring.
We wholeheartedly encourage you to reconsider your own perceptions of canned meats. Why not challenge yourself to try one of our recommended best options, perhaps one you've never considered before, like those high-quality sardines packed in olive oil.
Go on, be brave.
Or take a familiar favorite, like canned chicken or even Spam, and use it in a new, more adventurous way. Fry that Spam, make that chowder.
And that leads us to a final thought. What other unassuming pantry staples might be hiding surprising culinary delights or unrecognized nutritional power? How can we rethink convenience and value in our everyday food choices, finding both practicality and pleasure in unexpected places?
Like canned beans or lentils, maybe?
Exactly. The answers might already be right there in your pantry, just waiting to be rediscovered.